County Today is brought to you by Target Zero with the goal of eliminating traffic fatalities in Washington by 2030. Take the pledge today. Clark County Today is presented by Connell Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting connellrealestate.com.
Hey everyone, Chris Brown here with your ClarkCountyToday.com video update for Monday, March 8th. Well, Clark County added 100 COVID-19 cases over the weekend, but that number also included 31 positive tests from late November through early January that had not previously been reported due to an error with the state database. So the total number of actual new cases from the weekend was just 69 with no new deaths. Hospitalizations fell again with 15 confirmed and 4 suspected cases, taking up just 3.3% of overall bed space. And by the way, if you're eligible to get vaccinated, now may be the best time yet to find an appointment. Clark County Public Health said more spots have been opened for tomorrow at their Tower Mall vaccination site, and the Clark County Fairgrounds site opened for first doses again this week. And last check, spots were still available for the second half of the week. For more details, check out the Clark County Today Facebook page. Well, last Saturday, March 6th, marked a year since the first confirmed case of COVID-19 in Clark County, a man in his 70s with no recent travel history. And during that year in which schools closed and moved to full remote, businesses shut down, reopened, and then shut down again, more than 18,000 people were infected in the county, and nearly 230 have died. And during that year, Clark County Public Health and its partners interviewed over 16,000 people who tested positive, notified thousands more potential first contacts, distributed over $700,000 in assistance to families needing to quarantine, nearly $1 million to food establishments threatened by the pandemic. They opened a hotel to quarantine people without a home who tested positive or were exposed, and more recently deployed mobile vaccination clinics and set up the Tower Mall community vaccination site. To read more about the busy year for Clark County Public Health, read the full story at ClarkCountyToday.com. In another small step towards normal, Hockinson School District will begin bringing secondary grade levels back this week. At the middle school, 6th grade students will return to classrooms today and then tomorrow, with 7th and 8th grade levels coming back Thursday and Friday. In the high school, 9th graders return today and tomorrow, with 10th through 12th coming back Thursday and Friday, and then full hybrid starts next week for all grade levels. They'll be divided into 2 cohorts, attending either Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday. Now, one other change, campuses will be closed to the public during school hours or when sports teams are practicing in order to limit potential exposure. That compromise was part of a memorandum of understanding agreed to by teachers in the district last week. You can learn more on the district's website at hawksd.org. Well, a sold-out gathering of the quarterly dinner of the Clark County Republican women held Saturday night. Expected to hear from one of the 3 people aiming to unseat Jamie Herrera Butler in Southwest Washington's 3rd Congressional District. But before the night was over, they had heard from 2 of the 3. Heidi St. John was scheduled to be the keynote speaker for the event, which was held at Groove Nation in Vancouver. After a motion was made for the organization to endorse St. John in the race for Congresswoman Herrera Butler's seat, candidate Joe Kent, who was also in attendance, was given the opportunity to address those who were there. Wadi Yakur, the 3rd candidate, did not speak at the event. St. John and Kent each delivered passionate speeches with a very similar theme, returning Southwest Washington's 3rd Congressional District to the conservative side of the Republican Party. Clark County Today will continue to bring you news from each of the candidates and any others who join the race in the future. For links to the videos of the candidates' speeches Saturday night, see our full story at ClarkCountyToday.com. Now, over to Paul Valencia with another Monday football feature peeking inside the mind of the quarterback.
Happy Monday, everyone. Hey, over the last few days, I talked to 7 local high school football quarterbacks, asking them their thoughts on what it takes to become a successful quarterback. It's not just talent. In fact, it is so much more than just physical skills. Jake Blair of Camas, Alex Garriman of Union, Riley McCarthy of Mountain View, J.J. Wooden of Evergreen, Tom Lambert of La Center, Mason Pretty of Columbia River, and Jared Oldham of Hockinson. They all shared their perspectives. It's about leadership, trusting coaches, and being a brother to your teammates. Their story is on ClarkCountyToday.com, along with video highlights of wins by Union and Evergreen on Friday night at McKenzie Stadium.
All right, fascinating stuff. Thanks so much for that, Paul. Hey, the first episode of the Heritage High School Theater Department's production, The Adventures of Superman, Batman's Great Mystery, should be available within the next week or two. Now, the audio play is directed by the theater teacher Charlie Jackman. It features current Timberwolves as well as graduates. The radio show from 1948 features the Man of Steel teaming with the Dark Knight and Robin to stop the sinister Mr. Jones. Cast is creating an 11-episode arc filled with witty dialogue, soaring action, sound effects for those kicks and punches, and cliffhangers to bring listeners back next week. The episode should be available on the Heritage and Evergreen School District's YouTube pages. After the first episode premieres in the next week or two, the rest will follow each week through May.
So be sure to tune in next time, fellas and girls, same time, same station, for Chapter 4 of Batman's Great Mystery on The Adventures of Superman.
In other local entertainment news, the debut album from The Governors, a band with its roots in Battleground, hits tomorrow. The tracks that comprise Power to the People will drop the same day as the group's last in-person concert a whole year ago. After meeting while attending college at Boise State University in Idaho, the group has continued to make music while they're together and apart. Even before the pandemic, the Governors have found ways to craft their sound remotely. Now, with members scattered across the Pacific Northwest, East Coast, even Indonesia, they aren't sure when they'll be able to play together again, but they say they're going to keep playing. Over a year in the making, this is the first full-length album the band has released. Many songs were written prior to the group's formation, meaning they had to work hard to create a unified style. The album will be available to buy and stream on Spotify and iTunes, as well as many other popular sources. The Governors is hoping to hold a few in-person concerts in the Vancouver area this summer as pandemic restrictions allow. To learn more, read our story at clarkcountytoday.com. And lastly, this evening, our latest web poll is wrapped up. Last week, we asked whether you agreed with a Washington Supreme Court ruling which overturned the state's simple possession law for controlled substances because knowledge of possession wasn't required. Out of more than 600 responses, a little over 60% of you disagreed with the court's decision. Today, we're asking whether you approve of a $1.9 trillion federal stimulus package passed by the Senate over the weekend and expected to be approved by the U.S. House tomorrow and signed by President Joe Biden. To share your opinion, head to clarkcountytoday.com and look for the poll on the right-hand side of the page. And that is your Monday check of the stories we're following for you at clarkcountytoday.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see when stories are posted and be part of the conversation. You can send news tips and story ideas to news@clarkcountytoday.com. For all of us, I'm Chris Brown. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with you again tomorrow.